Welcome to Layer the Alchemist, where we discuss all things heavy metal and hard rock. On today's episode, 5 of my favorite hard rock and heavy metal ballads. Now, I'm a sucker for melodic, dramatic, sometimes over the top, slow songs and ballads. I think on an album it can really help with the flow of a record. It can add another dimension to an album. So it's something that I really enjoy, and I thought it would be fun to talk about some of my favorites. But before I get started, I want to give a shout out to some YouTube channels that I really enjoy watching and that I think you will also really like and that you should check out. I'm going to be leaving links in the description down below to these two guys' channels. I encourage you to check them out, like and subscribe to their channels, because if you like my channel, I know that you're going to like what these guys do. So the first one is Physical Format Rock and Roll. This guy's got a really cool channel. He covers a lot of the same types of things that I do, hard rock and heavy metal. So he's really cool. Check him out. And also JC Rock and Metal Reviews. He does a lot of reviews of rock and metal stuff, just a lot of the same type of stuff that I talk about on here. So I encourage you to check those guys out. And also, I'm going to send out here a little request, if you will, to both of their channels. I want to know from Physical Format Rock and Roll and JC Rock and Metal Reviews, what are your favorite 5 hard rock and heavy metal ballads? Okay, I'm sending that out to you guys, so let me make a video on it because I'm curious what some of your favorites are. All right, let's get into my 5 favorites. I'm gonna start with Jimi Hendrix Experience from the Axis Bold as Love album, the song Little Wing. This is a beautiful, beautiful ballad. I love when Jimmy sings in this more sort of relaxed voice. I love the lyrics on it. It's all right, she said, it's all right. Take anything you want from me. His guitar is amazing on this. I love the opening, the go, anyway, that little line there at the beginning. And Jimmy, the way he plays chords, man, I always love. He plays the chords and moves around the chords. It's such a great chord progression too. And I love at the end of the song when it sort of kicks up a notch and it goes into the fly on little wing and Jimmy's soloing underneath that. There's a lot of great drumming in this too. There's a really big drum fill right before the first verse comes in. So just a beautiful song. I love the lyrics. Jimmy's solo on the outro is just absolutely great. Also check out the live version of this on Hendrix in the West. It's a little bit longer and it is just absolutely incredible. Jimmy's playing on that whole album is great, but on that song in particular really stands out. All right, from Pink Floyd's A Momentary Lapse of Reason, On the Turning Away. Love this song, and I love David Gilmour's voice on this. The way the song starts with just that soft keyboard and David by himself singing that beautiful melody line. Whenever I hear that melody, it always makes me think of like sort of a Celtic melody. And it is just beautiful. And then the song kicks in and the power chords on the guitar kind of come in later. And this song just keeps building. And his guitar solo on the outro is just absolutely incredible. It's right up there with Comfortably Numb for me as one of his greatest guitar solos. And he's just so melodic, his bends. And when the song starts to fade out, he does this lick that I just love where he's going like, da-da-doo, 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 da. He does this big bend and it's like right as the song's fading out. It's just beautiful. And I love the lyrics, kind of the subject matter of the lyrics, turning your back on, you shouldn't be turning your back on those in need. Okay, that was my Jimi Hendrix record, "Axis Bold as Love." It just fell over. At least the gatefold just fell over. I have a fan going up atop here. I don't know if that's that Jimmy approving. I'm sure he approves of me selecting Little Wing, right? So maybe that was a sign. Jimi Hendrix giving me a sign there. I don't know, or maybe it's just the fan on my ceiling here, and I just blew the album, opened up the album there. But anyways, all right, that just sort of just freaked me out there for a second. All right, next, Scorpions, Love It First Sting, Still Loving You. This is a awesome metal ballad. This is way before the metal bands got way out of control with the corny ballads. To me, this is great. It's this song is all about Klaus Meine for me, the vocalist. His delivery on this is just absolutely fantastic. Starts off so mellow, and this is another one, real kind of Scorpions trademark here. It's really mellow, and Klaus is singing really kind of laid back and soft, and then the big power chords come in. If you go again, the big chords, and the song just builds. And my absolutely favorite part in the song, if I hurt your pride and I know what you've been through, you should give me a chance to start once again. And then he goes up to that really high note, I'm still loving you. And just wow, that is just big. That is an 80s lighters in the air moment, the big power chords and that big note at the end, all building up to that. Because earlier in the song, he sings the same line, but he goes, but he doesn't go up high. If I had, you've been through, give me a chance to start once again. I'm still loving you. He goes down, but at the end of the song, he just belts and goes up really high. And then as the song's going on, he just still loving you. It's just great the way he belts it out, man. It's so awesome. All right, this one from this world of Southern rock. I'm actually a really big fan of this album. Lynyrd Skynyrd, their first album, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd. The song Tuesday's Gone. Oh, I love this song. The guitar playing in this song is absolutely great. The guitar sound is just amazing. Just sounds like a Les Paul through a cranked Marshall, and just the long sustained notes. I love Ronnie Van Zant's lyrics in this. Train rolls on down the line, and just the chorus of the song is great. It's a really long song too, and it's just builds beautifully. The guitar solos in this are just great, and it's just a really emotional song. I could have went with Freebird. I know Freebird is sort of this song that just sort of gets laughed at, but I love Freebird. I think that's a great classic, epic, great classic rock song, one of the greatest of all time, actually. But I went with Tuesday's Gone because I love the vocal delivery on it. I love the lyrics and the sentiment of the lyrics. Tuesday's Gone with the wind, and the harmony vocals, and the awesome guitar sounds and guitar solos. All right, my last pick here is from the Nightlife album by Thin Lizzy and Still in Love with You. Phil Lynott, one of my favorite singers, and he is just such a storyteller. When Phil sings, it's just like he's speaking to you, and this song is just beautiful. I'm going to give a little special thing here, though, is that you have to go check out you can find this on YouTube, and I think they made a DVD out of this too. Dublin 75, and Phil dedicates the song to his mother, who's in the audience that night, and they play the song quite a bit slower than the studio version, and it is so beautiful. Phil's delivery on it is so emotional, and it's just so beautiful. The guitar playing on it, Brian Robertson and Scott Gorham just coming into the band at this point, and the Thin Lizzy double guitar thing becoming a thing. On the studio version, there's another singer, a guest singer on there, Frankie Miller. But I like the Dublin 75 version because it's just Phil. It's a little slower. It's so emotional, and you can just seeing Phil just pouring his heart out in this, and it's so beautiful at the beginning there that he dedicates this to his mother, who you see Phil talked about his mother a lot, how much he loved his mother in interviews and stuff. So it just adds an extra element to the whole thing. So all right, there you go. There's 5 of my favorite hard rock and heavy metal ballads. Put down in the comments down below, what are some of your favorite rock and metal ballads? I'm going to be doing another video because it was easy for me to come up with a whole bunch. These were just the ones that jumped out at me as like my 5 favorite. It's very hard to pick because I am a big fan of ballads. So let me know in the comments down below some of your favorites. Physical Format Rock and Roll and JC Rock and Metal Reviews. Check out their pages, and I want to hear from you guys. What are your 5 favorite hard rock heavy metal ballads? I want to see you guys do a YouTube video on that. So okay, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and remember, until we see you again, make sure you stay heavy, stay metal.